because it all went right. I'm a warrior, I'm blessed because I got fight. When failure tried to take my mind, I wouldn't let failure take my life. I'm not blessed because it all went right. I never give up, I'm blessed because I got fight. Broken in pain, lonely, battered and bruised, always the same day.
All right. Good evening, everybody. How are you doing? It is Sunday, and you notice it's getting darker earlier and earlier. All right, let's go ahead and begin. All right, let's see. We also have in the Zoom room a few people here in the Zoom room. All right, Facebook. Well, we have quite a few on Facebook and YouTube. All right, nice. All right, cool. All right. Again, we never asked you to go ahead and click on YouTube, to go ahead and thumbs up, thumbs down, or leave comments. That's up to you if you want to, because they're more meaningful when you do it without someone begging and ask you, hey, go ahead, like they try to, hey, go ahead and click on the thumbs up or subscribe, so it helps the numbers so we can go ahead and give you content. I'm going to give you content one way or the other. It doesn't really matter. The bottom line is, if you click in, cool. If you don't, awesome. Either way, I'm not going to go ahead and beg you for it. The thing is, it'll happen naturally because you so choose to. So again, thank you for those that have done it, and also thank you very much for the ones who have thought about doing it and anyone else. So thank you. All right. Also, another thing is this. Remember, this is who you all want to be, right there, with a big old monster like that in your business. Why? Because it works. Also, another thing I want to make you aware of is this. All right. Let's see, anything else. Okay, Brian. Here, Brian's in the room tonight. Also, Brian, I'll let you know you're going to have the name and addresses you need late tonight or early tomorrow morning for sure. Absolutely. All right, we'll get that to you right there, the addresses that you're going to need. All right. Also, another thing is this. Brian, text me if you'll be available tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. No, excuse me, 9 o'clock your time. All right, text me. Okay, cool. Now on top of this is that I want to go over a couple of things. This is the end of the year. This is the end of the year, folks. This is the end of the year. This is the end of the year. I also want to thank some of the other people that called in. You filled out your agreements. Also, I thank you for also filling out your forms, your POAs for me. The POA is a power of attorney, so I can go ahead and take care of your credit building program on the credit card. So it gives me the reign I need to do to go ahead and build it without you being there. So thank you for that. Appreciate that, getting it all. You got them done. The 7 that you said you got it done, it's in time, so Monday I can start, since I have the power of attorney to do what I need to do. So thank you for that. Also, another thing, if you don't, we're just going to still be a slow process, which is fine. It'll still get done, but it's a little slower because I can just move without trying to go ahead and, everyone's asking questions you ask questions after the fact. So I appreciate the 7 that did that. So awesome, way to go. We'll get her done now. I can actually move. All right, cool. What else is there? Oh, also another thing I want to say tonight, also with the credit building part of it. Here I want to say the credit building is moving right along. Also another thing, that people actually join up to go ahead and do the money connector. Very smart. Because you know what? I don't know what it is with some people, but you know what? If you think it's too good to be true, then you have nothing to offer the world. Let's put it out there straight. Because here's the thing. We're not asking you for one thing. We're not even asking you for one thing. We're only asking you to go ahead and use that money to build your business credit. So what is so great about that? It's so great about that no one else is doing it. That's why. They're all asking you to get into debt, or helping you to get out of debt by doing the money thing. Because some of you can go ahead and work an extra 2 hours a week somewhere on the weekend, without taking anything from your family, and generate between $1,000 to $6,000 a month. It's on you. So those of you say, I work a lot, I guarantee you have ways, and I'm going to go over that tonight. Also, another thing I want to let you know, that corporate credit blueprints, this time, let's see, when 22 hits, because 22 is already here. See, I know a lot of you, what are you talking about? It's October. Really? Everything goes in quarters. This is the last quarter. I said there's 100 days left. There's not quite 100 days anymore. What are you going to do in the last 90 some odd days, or maybe not even that many, that's left in the year? Because again, a lot of people lose time because of the holiday. But one thing you want to begin to realize is, in business, I don't care what time of year it is. I don't care what day it is. In fact, I don't even care what hour it is. Only reason I say this is because this comes from a lot of past experience since 1985 all the way till now. I'm old school. Old school doesn't mean, now I don't have a lot of tech savvy, so I'm old school to that area. But other areas, I'm way beyond the curve on some things. You have the new youngsters, then you have the middle schoolers, and you have the old schoolers. There are a few old school people that are left that actually can teach you guys a way to go ahead and take care of yourself, just like Fivers said what they did about the divisions. I showed you how they did that. That was on TikTok. I'm telling you, folks, there's so many great things out there and opportunities for you. One of the things you want to begin to realize is that, you know what I forgot to do? Man, what I really forgot to do, I believe I forgot to do this. I am not sharing my screen. I bet. All right, we see the lady with the computer. All right, good evening, Brian. Okay, cool. All right, I'm not sharing the screen. Might help if I share the screen, wouldn't it? All right, let me go ahead and share the screen. Boop, 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 boop. All right, you see the lady? Now, okay, sorry about that, Zoom. All right, cool. Okie dokie. Oh my God. All right. Let's do this, folks. Now try to get that in there. There we go. We're good. All right, we got that. All right, now we'll get this in there. All right, now you can see. Okay. All right. So anyways, back on the subject. All I want to say is one thing is really awesome and important, that this is the time of the year. And this is the most important time, because here's one thing I'm going to tell you that people do not stop doing during those times. People always will need money when they find a deal. Most of the deals that people find for rehabs and doing, even if they own their home and they want to do a rehab on the home, or they want to do a rehab on their non-owner because they want to fix it up and sell it, that's perfectly fine. We even just do the rehabs. So the thing is that you want to begin to understand what we teach in class in that particular area. Not only be able to build your business credit, you'll also be able to go ahead and build your own personal business credit, and use money for yourself if you find something that you want to JV with somebody. So there's all kinds of stuff to go ahead and do. But most people don't understand OPM. One thing you're going to really start hearing about is OPM, because that's one thing that really in the class that we've always talked about is OPM, OPM, OPM. But everyone always wants to figure out how it's going to work. I'm going to tell you what, while you're figuring it out, people are going to pass you up because you're trying to figure it out. Until you figure it out, you say you're not going to do anything. That's the most goofiest thing in the world. Once you get a vision about what you're going to do, it's not about, okay, I have to line all the ducks up in the row. There's some things, yes, you're going to have to move on, but some things you just got to move. Because here's one thing. You could be a paralysis of analysis, and you get stuck. Any business that's never made it is only because the person that's dealing with it gets stuck in trying to figure it out. There is no figuring out when an OPM comes around. If it's another person's money that's going to go ahead and let you use their money to go make money, they're going to give you the criteria, or they're going to give you, let me see, they're going to give you a criteria that has, this is like a box. It's going to be on a piece of paper. They're going to give you what they need so you can go ahead and release the money. I know, can't see it very well, so I get it. I don't know why I get it, but I get it. Let me put it right here. There you go. So here's the thing. It's all going to be here. One little piece. This is where you get all the information you need. Do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Once you do that, then you're going to have the keys to the kingdom. See, there's an old saying, give me what I need so you can get what you want. If you want to figure it out, go step over here to figure out what does it mean, step A. That's fine. Well, how are you going to do it? You figure out how we're going to do it, because evidently, if you don't know how to do it, I don't know why you don't let the people know that know how to do it. But when you figure out how to do it, that's perfectly fine. Then come back and let us know how to do it. That's not a problem. letting us know how to do it is fine. But you know what? Here's the reason why a lot of people get stuck, is they get stuck inside of the analytical part of it. I understand they're asking to go jump off the Empire State Building. I'd be asking questions too. Even if they said, look, we're going to do a bungee jump off the Empire State Building, I can understand. I would be asking questions. We're not asking you to jump off the Empire State Building. A lot of you do. You know, here's another thing. If you really don't know how to go ahead and talk on the other end, and a lot of people worry about what they're going to look like, what they're going to sound like. You think that person on the other end of the phone is going to remember you, and oh, this person, and you're going to act like they know you. Like they're going to put you on Facebook. They're going to put you on all the internet, whatever it is on you. They don't even care. They don't care one way or another about you, because they have. Don't you? Hey, here's another thing. A lot of you don't realize the phone call before you, sometimes they have someone that just cuss them out, call them every name in the book, and they have to come on the phone with you and act like it didn't happen. And how do I know this? Because over the years, I've learned when you call the underwriters, and a lot of them have no idea where the underwriters are at. I don't care what the back of your card says. You have to know where to get the underwriters. And also, there's another thing. For instance, I ask people, give me your three personal business current reports, because I'm going to use those to get you pre-qualified. But a lot of people kick and scream, I don't have that service. Then get the service if you want. Or you want a hard inquiry? Then no problem. We'll get a hard inquiry on your personal. Oh, give me what I'm asking you for is 3. Your Experian, your Equifax, and your TransUnion. I mean fresh off the press. In other words, if Monday comes along, you print out 3 brand new ones for the week. Those I use to give to the underwriter to see if they're going to do, and then they'll look and say, you know, based on this, but I'm going to have to do, at least I know what they're going to look for, what they're going to ask. That's why people go, well, how are you going to do it? What do you want this for? Because I'm going to need it for the underwriter. But I'm not going to explain it. Whether you're going to give it to me or you're not, then don't complain. Again, even in the higher up program, it's just, in the higher up program, some are really, okay, great, what do you need, because they get it. Some are, well, you know, okay, well, I got to think, well, you know, it's too hard. Well, guess what? Then you really don't want your credit lines. The ones you don't want the credit lines. The other 7 that got me the POAs, they like, okay, cool. Now what else? I said, that's it. Make sure. And they said, tomorrow I'll have my reports. I don't have my reports tomorrow, and I go to work. And then the ones that haven't, it's going to be a real slow boat. And I won't be able to do it the way I would do it, because I can go to the back door and underwrite say, they tell me what to give them. They tell me where to go. I already know where to go. Even some people have, you know, different cards they have challenge getting. Not a problem. I had someone that couldn't even get the Valerio gas card. I got them a fleet card. That fleet card is used everywhere in the country, all 50 states. And on top of that, they can go in there. Now, the only way you can go on that card is, if you're going to go on the card, you got to go into the store or into the facility and tell them you want to go ahead and first you go get what you want. Let's say it's a nasty nitrate hot dog and some nice good old sugar right behind it. And then you're going to get yourself a nice sugary Coke. Forget the water, all right? Then you're going to have all that. You go to the register and tell them I'm pump number 14 plus this. That all goes on there. You can do that. You can't do it after the pump. So anyway, so there's a lot of stuff that goes on, and a lot of people won't tell you. And they didn't even have a score on their business credit. And just because they saw their personal credit report, it was only 2 days old, they said, all right, and not personal guarantee. They saw their financial background, and it wasn't crazy. And they only had a 625 on an average, no lates, and they had 31-year-old depth on it on some kind of cash line loan that was good. And so there's been not a lot of current stuff, but they saw they never had any problems that way, so they gave it to them, and they got $6,000. I'm telling you, folks, it's just so awesome that I don't know what to tell you. But the end of the year is coming around, and they also belong to the OPM. other people's money. You must understand this. When you get a card like that and you never had one that's not under your PG, or even if you have some the lines of credit with your business that's not PG, you feel something. I don't know. And also, a lot of you are working. In fact, let me tell you, the 7 people got me their POAs back, power of attorneys back to me that allows me to do what I need to do for, speak on behalf of them. They all work. In fact, there's not one person out of those 7 that they work a minimum of 12 to 14 hours a day for the jobs they do. And some of them are in the, let's say, law enforcement agency. All right? So if they're willing to trust me with their stuff, trust me, I don't want to do nothing goofy. No way. But anyways, yeah, it's everything. One guy says, hey, I said, I know. They start laughing. But anyways, yeah, I just want to tell you guys, it's just really awesome to work with people to get things done for them that makes a difference for them. Because now like I said, it's real simple. All I have to do is I create a nice little package about this thick. All right, that's a packet that will go out to all the places. Now, it'll go out to Diners Club, American Express. Now, you might be American Express Business or American Express Corporate. I'll send them to one, and then the underwriter is generous enough to tell me, you know what? Send it to the business, or the business send it to get the corporate. Okay, then get the business. Isn't that a great relationship to have? But see, people talk about relationship. You've got to build a relationship, and that's what I built, so I'm able to do it with people. And then they say, okay, you have a power of attorney. I send it to them, and they say, yeah, okay, cool. But here's another thing. You want also to understand is that you want to go to like who knows USB? USB card is another awesome card. Diners Club. Now the Visa Corporate, it's a little more challenging, but the underwriters are cool when you know where to go or who to go to. Because when I send them a nice packet that's just like this, about this thick, because you got the Dun & Brad, you have the business experience, you have your personal 3 bureaus in there as well. Then you have your SFPFE, you have your business experience, all those other areas, Dun & Brad. Here's the most beautiful thing about it. They get a complete package. It's already labeled. They don't have to think. They know when they receive mine, it's all in the order that they asked for. The articles or the LLC, and then what? Not your minutes, but what's it called? You have your article that tell you the operation of your business for the LLC. If it's a C Corp, it's the article of the corporation, and then it's your minutes and bylaws. And then also another thing, always get a seal for your business. If you don't have a seal for your LLC, it makes it a little tougher because they look for that seal. The seal is actually the official document, not the document it's kind of the document you get from the state. Yes, it's official because the number. But that seal that you squeeze on that paper is something that when it shows up, especially, there's a special seal when I say a special seal, you can get the seal at Staples, okay? But the seal is special because we put it on, when you squeeze it, it really highlights everything. So even when you scan it in, it shows it in color and it gives the emboss and everything else what it looks like. So that's one of the things. If you don't have again, a seal for an LLC. Now, I know you don't hear anybody talk about it. These are the small details that people don't tell you because they rely. They rely. Now, remember, I'm saying it. If you guys don't catch what I just said, they rely. You hear it? They rely on the person's personal credit, not the small stuff that makes a difference to the underwriter, because sometimes the underwriter will overlook a score that's 650 because everything is done nice and it's official looking. They're not relying on a person's personal credit. They're relying on the business, how it looks on paper. People, you don't understand when I say looks on paper. It's how you dress it up, how you submit it, and who submits it. Okay, great. They flip through it. And if they have to search for anything in the file and it's not tagged right, it is over. Over. It's all in the art of packaging and also what it looks like. because I've had this over and heard it over and over and over again, that sometimes they call me back and say, you know what? This is the best looking file I've ever had to go through, that I didn't have to think about anything. I can just go through it, look at it, know where this at, You had the right paperwork, you had in the order, you had the Experian, TransUnion, Equifax on the personal, you had the business credit at Experian, you had this, and blah, 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 and I didn't have to think about a thing, and it made it easier for me to make the decision. When they gotta work, that's why you got to have an 800 score, because you're banking on the score without any details. So they have to use your score. But when you have it in an order that makes sense, the power of attorney in there, all this stuff says there, they don't have to think. You have a bill in there about the business. You have this in the business. You have that about the business, and you send it into the underwriter. People don't tell you this, you guys. They want you. Okay, they're relying on, again, they're relying on your score, and the score is actually a lie anyways. And some of you know what I mean by that. I don't care if you have an 850 credit score on all three bureaus, and that's all you're going to submit, and an application. That's all they have to look at. And they're relying on your personal stuff to say, well, the business is doing okay, possibly because they're doing okay. But if the score is a 650 or even 600, but there's nothing in there, and even if I'm going to tell you another one. There's someone that had 600 on their personal Experian and 14 inquiries within the last 2 years. All right, 14 inquiries. Got a $150,000 line of credit for the business. I'm telling you, I know what I'm doing. But if you don't want to play, if you want to go ahead and ask questions, you know what? Cool, I don't have a problem with that. Keep asking questions, and it stops me from doing what I need to do for you. But the ones with the POA have been with me long enough to know, okay, great, because here's the thing. I get it, cool. If I don't, I said, here's what we need to do on this one. Here's this one, we're going to say, okay, so I'm pulling the trigger. Be on the lookout for a call. Absolutely. See, your corporate credit blueprints, we're not here to play any games. That's one thing when you get into the program. They don't teach you the art of packaging. They only teach you the art of having the right score, be done with it. Sometimes you're going to need both, which means this. If your credit score is great, cool beans, not a problem. Use it. Rely on it. Because some of them rely on it, and they're doing good because they learned the art of leveraging the money by moving around, paying everything, and making money in between to pay some of the bills and all that, which is great. Not a problem with that. To get things up off the ground, that's beautiful. Amen to you. That's the art of it. Now, sometimes people that don't have a great score, but there's nothing wrong. There's no charge off, no collections, no late payments. It's just they have a lot of their utilization's high. But over the last 6 months, the utilization's been high, but that shows they've been making the payments on time. They've been using it, not using it, using it, not using it, paying one card off, and also using another card. It's showing the lender you're using your personal stuff to build your business. Whether you are or aren't, it's not the point. So now you can take the business money, since you've been using it for your business, now you can move that money to your cards and pay your personal cards off, and the company can write it off because you've been using the personal cards for business, which lowers your side down. And then there's a way you go back all around to straighten your score all out again and straighten it. There's just stuff that we do that you don't want to do, but that's one thing is that needs to be done to get what you want to go. And it's perfectly fine. Eventually, I'm going to tell you, if you got at least 200,000, 250, you're going to be just fine to go ahead and do what you do to revolve. Because you can take 50,000 of that and keep moving around and use the 200 to go ahead and do else that you want to do to make yourself some dough. All right. So now with that said, all right, let's move on, because the one thing I also want to talk to you about, here's one thing we do at Corporate Credit Blueprints. We put you in the octane mode, high octane 5G. Did I say high octane? Well, okay. Like y'all, let's get it all done. Let's get it on down now, okay? Giddy up, yada yo. I'm sorry about that. All right. So one thing also about this, the high octane, the 5G, is that here's what I want to ask you. What have you accomplished all this year that you might say, oh, I haven't accomplished nothing? until you recognize what you have accomplished this year and accomplish it. Well, I haven't done anything. Really? If you've done well at keeping your personal credit straight, you've done a great job. If you've done well building your business, you've done a great job. Your past has nothing to do with the present moment unless you say so. If you say, oh, well, these other guys, guess what? You keep bringing them into your present moment, and the other guys are still alive in your life, even if they're alive somewhere else. You have them almost sitting right next to you, kissing you, in bed with you, because you keep complaining about them. Let them go die somewhere else, not in your bed, and stop getting, and they're lying in bed with you doing mental gyration in the bed with you. I'd use another word, but I'm not sure if YouTube would like that or Facebook would like if I say the word master or something else. You know what I'm talking about. But here, and so I would just say, shut the front door. You guys got to shut that door. It's impossible to move past what you keep thinking about. What's your future like? Your future got to be as bright can be. And I'm not saying like Pollyanna. You've got to know inside you, do you really, if you're really, for instance, if you're a real estate guy, do you really know what it is? Then how come you're not finding at least a property a month and turn it over someplace that's going to go ahead and handle it for you so you can get it done? Take care of the finance for you. Do this. You got to know the contractors or whatever you got to go ahead and do. See, you, wherever you're at in the country, your boots on the ground. They're just going to provide the financing. What do you want to do? You can sit there and go boo-hoo, or you can go ahead and say, okay, cool, I got the money. Okay? So, because you do. Here's the thing. A lot of you are working so hard and you have the OPM right in front of you. Right in front of you. And I don't mean me. You have a Corporate Credit Blueprints has a division that has the money for you to use, to make money. Just like Bezel, Walmart, Costco, all the people you complain about. Oh, I don't care if you complain about Trump. Trump didn't even have money one time. His daddy lent him $1 million. He learned how to use it because he had stuff. To this day, he still learns how to use it. And he's also taught every one of you, besides all the other ones that people never mentioned because they didn't want to nail them. I don't care if you're a Republican, Democrat. These human beings that are the high dollar amount people that you all complain about, you have the same right you have the same right and privileges they have under a corporation. LLC, I'm going to tell you straight out, you don't. You don't. And I've said this before, and I have an attorney that'll back up what I'm saying. I've advertised him before. I put his words up here before. I even played a video of him before, or a video was a voice that he was talking from, and it had his words from, says where he's from, and everything else like that. And the bottom line is, this attorney, I give him 1,000 kudos because he wasn't afraid to say, I will tear up an LLC in less than 5 minutes. And it's true. It's so true. You don't have the protection they keep telling you. They only tell you because it's just easier, supposedly. It's the same setup as you do a corporation. Oh, so you have to go ahead and figure out how many shares you want. Then you got to figure out, okay, what's par value? No par. I tell everyone, no par value, no par value, no par value in the beginning. It's easier, simple, and move forward. Because eventually, if you put a par value with it, if you ever want to change it, you're going to need books to go verification to change the dollar amount. When you do no par value, you get a reprieve in some areas because of the fact is you started at zero, and now what you say, well, it could be worth $10 now instead of when you first start out, well, only $2. Dumb, diddy, dumb, dumb, dumb. And it makes it easier to get yourself. Here's another thing they don't teach you. Do you realize each and every one out there in YouTube land and Facebook land and LinkedIn land and Twitter land, and we got the Instagram land, Pinecrest land, and some other place I signed up for, and the the TV podcast is coming on soon. Anyways, so what I want to let you know is that every business that I set up, now when I say I, that means the business people that set it up. I personally don't set them up unless a client says I want him. Usually it's a higher client. But the thing is, my staff is the I. They are the I, not the I that you people think. They're the big I that takes care of everything, and it's the big pillar and the foundation of the team. So the team, the I, is formed with a big pillar across. big width on the bottom so the team can go ahead and hold what it needs to hold to grow the people in the business. So what I'm letting you know is this: we prepare, not the LLCs. We really don't care about them. We prepare the corps that will actually register with us and sign up as a corporation, or we clean up the corporation and get them ticket ready to go on the real simple penny stock at the beginning, where you can get about 10, 15, 25 cents penny stocks to get going. That money you cannot use to buy yourself any kind of, you buy personal stuff, you deserve to hang. That money is to reinvest. You guys see, here's another thing. You all want to get a loan, which is nothing wrong with it. But you grow money faster while you're building your loans and get yourself on the penny and then get you on the pink. Now that's how we roll over here. And I don't mean pump and dump. That I won't tolerate. I will personally go ahead and tell Dun & Brad to shut you down. We don't play that game. We play the game of, you know what, you're doing it on your own, you're generating for, do you realize all that money you generate is not taxable? You don't use it on buying a business card. You use it on advertising, and wages. Let advertising, wages, and that's your, let me tell you, that's your stimulus program. That's your PPP. Oh no, I want to get a go BPP because it's so easy. Oh, I'm sorry, it'll take a little work for just the penny stock. Oh, I'm sorry that you have, let's say 25 cents, 15, it's 25 cents. How much is a million share of 25 cents? You have a good product or service. These guys, I laugh at it, especially YouTube monster guy that wears the glasses like me. He has no idea what he's missing in the unit with people about how to get them started. Take their business. You want to take your business to the next level? Come to Corporate Credit Blueprints. We'll take you not only to the next level, but to a level that not only you can go ahead and do what Facebook Junkie's doing, you will be out there bigger because people are going to be investing in your organization because they believe in your product. That's the reason why you got there. And you're going to have verifiable sheets to show why it's worth the value you say, not just because it's made up. Oh, yes. Then take it to the pink. You can stay at the pink all day long. You have Cathay Airlines that's on the pink. You have Kirby Vacuum Cleaners that's on the pink sheet. There's a lot of big companies that are on the pink sheet because they don't want to pay the $1.5 million subscription fee to belong to the NASDAQ, to be on the floor. I'm not going to pay. Heck, well, you realize what you can do with $1 million. This is what I'm talking about. Folks, there's just so much. This is why I keep laughing at I'm going to go get credit 800 score. Well, then use your 800 score to start getting your business ready. Start doing stuff. I don't care if you do one thing a month. Do something. Now, with that said, let's move on to the next thing. And don't ask how you do it. You know how you do it? Get your business straight first, which means this. Build some of your business credit, not a problem. Let's get some of your bigger cards there, like USB. Also, you have your Discover, not Discover, you have your Diners Club, the American Express card, and there's other cards that you want to use as Clout, Barkley. I mean, it's one after another, after another, after another. One thing I also want to let you know is this. Money is the oldest thing that's been around. Money has been the oldest thing that's been around. Here, like guys, if you want to understand something about money, is this. Money is the oldest thing around, and also money, OPM. See, Bezos understood that in the beginning. He still does to this day. But you don't think Bezos has a financial institution somewhere lending money out? Ooh, did I just drop something you guys didn't realize? Go Google it. You guys, you've got to stop being the tail and become the head. You've got to become the head, not the tail. You're never going to go anywhere by being the tail. And if you made an agreement to pay someone on a particular day, whether it be 20 days, 25 days. See, that's what business credit's all about, to have you practice keeping it together. You say 45 days, 30 days, 50 days, you pay on that 45th day or before, because things will always come back to you in a great way. In other words, what you sow, you shall reap. More than you sow, than you reaped. So all you want to begin to understand is this: the high octane method in the 5G, you want to say, is realizing we're not just about having you build business credit. And if you don't want to go to the pink sheet, that's perfectly fine. If that scares you, great. Because that means the dream's bigger than what. If you don't have a dream that scares the holy wits out of you, not like bad, like, oh my God. In other words, it drowns out the fear you have. If your dream's not that big to drown out your fear, then you don't have nothing big enough yet. And if you think that, oh, I'm living a great life, I'm going here, going there, but if you don't really have a passive income on top of what you're generating, the passive income comes from the stocks, which allows you to have the money you need to build what you need to build. Then guess what you got? Guess what's necessary after that? Then you got to be able to scale the business because of what you have coming in. Oh yeah, it's a whole nother game. Whole nother game, another game, another game, another game. I wrote some notes down that when I was driving, and well, I wasn't driving, but someone else was driving, and I don't have them here. You know why I don't have them here? Is because of the fact is that I probably left them in the car. But maybe I didn't. But here's what I want to let you know is this: Diners Club, Ride Express. Ride Express is a good card. Once you get Ride Express, 1 year, 6 months of them on payment on time up to 1 year, then you go to the MasterCard with it. Now, if you want a personal guarantee, go ahead, but it's a 30-day master. So I would be very, and then also Alon, A-L-O-N. A-L-O-N's another one. A-L-O-N's another one. I know people don't like gas cards, but I love gas cards. You can go across the country with certain gas cards and stay in a motel. I'll just keep moving on. I don't want to get under that. I'm going to get out of here. Ooh, I'm like, holy Mother Mary and Joseph. All right. Here's what I want to ask you. What's your company core values too? What are your core values about your company? Not the company you run, but you're the founder. I don't care if you're the LLC for the moment, or a C Corp, or an S Corp, which stands for, you know what. If you're an S Corp, that's dumb. Now, I'm not here to be your attorney, because if I was, I would hammer you. And I'd just tell you the facts. That if you had an S Corp, then you know what? Let me be the first one to sue you, because it says in an S Corp, you own all the stock. I'll sue you first. In fact, don't pay me, because I'm going to sue you if I was an attorney. But I'm not an attorney. I'm not even here to be your attorney. Also, another thing I want to let you know, that I'm not here to be your financial consultant. I'm not here to be your tax representative. You have the tax, you could go read 6,550 pages, and then you'll begin to realize what's there. I tell you, way back in the 80s, I learned, I had to read something. I wasn't online at the time. I had to actually go to the library, photo stuff, come back, read it, and it's because I couldn't sleep at night sometimes. I let my mind kind of spin so much that I couldn't get to sleep because I was worrying until I, really began to. I mean, I was a Christian back then, but I was a Christian because I was a Christian. And I began to study the power. When I first read the book, The Richest Man in Babylon, I said, wait a minute, this stuff's in the Bible. Why did I buy this book? And then, of course, what I do? I buy Think and Grow Rich. And guess what? Hey, this stuff's in the Bible. Why am I buying this? They just take it, twist it around. And then so on, things went on. And eventually, I think it was in the 80, 90, 91, 90, 91, somewhere in there. I went to Tony Robbins' deal. And the stuff he was talking about, guess what? It's in the Bible. And I said, wait a minute. So I bought a Hebrew written Bible that translated the Hebrew side to English. And I said, what's even in the Hebrew? The Hebrew's really good. I can see why the Hebrew, when it translates, loses some of it. So it's really interesting how more powerful the Hebrew is. And I'm telling you, it really tells you stuff, who you really are if you're willing to listen, even in the midst of the storm. Anyways, so again, what are your company core values? How are you going to implement those core values? Day-to-day basics. Is your day-to-day basics always moaning and groaning? Or is your day-to-day, today is going to be a great day? Not like phony stuff. You know, it is going to be a great day. In other words, you want to know when when you're done is when you don't wake up. If you don't wake up, that means it's done. But if you wake up, you have another day to do something that you already planned on doing. As if you're going to have a great day, guess what? Have a great day. Inside of all the challenges that come. I mean, how do you think people that work out get size? They have to put that weight on. That's all. If you're either going to look at the world putting the weight on you, because it's not going to last forever. It's impossible. It's impossible to have 24 hours of a bad day, unless your whole day is a daymare. And then you at nighttime, it's an all nightmare. Physics does not allow it to last that long. You keep it lasting long because you flap your lips about it and tell everyone else around you that doesn't have the mindset to tell you, shut up. How dare you talk to yourself that way? You don't love yourself enough? But don't spread your germs with me. Folks, I'm telling you, there's a lot about core values in your business. Your core value of business will make a big difference in how you operate. Also, again, the values you might have are here. Some of the values here that we have that we go over. There's a few that we have in here that we pick, what we have out of this, and everyone else contributed what they bring to the table. But there's 3 core values that we have in the business. But one thing is this: we don't sympathize with you because of the fact you feel sorry for yourself, because someone jacked you over before. That's your history. So what? Has nothing to do with us. Don't bring it to our table. You come to the set table, okay, great. How are you going to take care of me? We're going to do X, Y, and Z. Okay, great, thank you. I'm a little worried because before, great. We'll let you say one time before, okay, great. That's not who we are. If you think that's who we are, then go away. It's like getting in a relationship. Who wants you to go ahead and be in bed with the same person they've been in bed with for all those years, and now they're bringing it to you? You're not even that person, but they treat you like that. That's crazy. It's time to get up and go. Hey, you know what, man? Too hip, I got to go. You're all right, but you know what? Not for me. I don't want no garbage. You don't have time for garbage. Now, you can be compassionate about the garbage. Doesn't mean you have to tolerate it. Because eventually, you hang around the barbershop long enough, you're going to get a haircut. Again, like I told you about real estate investing, a lot of you are afraid of it. A lot of you are scared. Ooh, sorry. No, I'm not about saying scared. I heard it crackle. A lot of you are really frightened little chickens. And I'm on YouTube. And you know what? If I have to worry you're going to like what I say, I'm not going to be inappropriate and say, the F-bombs, whatever. That's not necessary. But I'm really telling you, a lot of you are really frightened and scared. I mean, it's okay to have fear, but is it really real? What's real is when someone puts a gun in your face and pulls back the trigger and says, you know what? If you don't have a great day tomorrow, I don't care what you do, I'm going to kill you. A lot of you would go ahead, I'll have a great day, absolutely. What I'm saying is that a lot of the stuff you put on yourself for no reason. Again, OPM, all other people's money. Why don't you come and use it so you can build your business, have your family protected? I mean, what is it? Why do you keep having dreams and hopes? Hopes and dreams. Hope is not good unless you really believe it. If you have a dream about something, you just can't tell it to somebody that doesn't have the mindset to even assimilate what you're saying. I have people come to me and tell me their dreams. I want to build this, but I'm afraid to let them know because, great, don't let them know. Sometimes you can't cast your pearls upon swine. It might be your loved ones. In fact, usually it's 99% of your loved ones. I'm sorry to say it. Whether it be your wife, your husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, confidant, oh, come on, don't do that. No, you're not ready. If you have that burning desire inside you, you're ready. Man, look at Steve Harvey. Lived in his car for 3 years. And look at him now. You can't get him off the TV. When he was a little kid, he wrote down that he was going to be on TV. And his school teacher belittled him in front of all his class. And he was a stutterer. He stuttered and stuttered and stuttered and stuttered. And she humiliated that young boy. But not now. That boy don't stutter at all. He stutters money. Because he knows what it takes. It takes true existential courage. And some of you are not even willing to go ahead and use money that a business is willing to let you use for a particular arena that we know it's safe enough for our money and for you to lend to people and make yourself an extra $1,000 to $10,000 a month. Now, I can't say you are going to make it. You have to be willing to come to the training on a weekly basis to update. And you have to be willing to call in. How do I get started then? What do I got to do? You don't even call, some of you, because you're afraid. Are you afraid to build your business? Well, I don't want to do that. Do what? Use other people's money to make some money? All you have to do is ask a few. Again, you got to know how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. If you know how to do that, I'll even buy you a calculator and send it to you. It doesn't have to be that. It's not that hard. But then you also allow you, well, when I get my credit clean, one day I want to get into real estate. Baby doll, guess what, boys and girls? Our system is set up to where even if you have a 202 FICO score, you can use our money to make an investment for yourself to rehab as long as the numbers are right. That's it. This is not credit score driven. It's credit score driven for your interest rate. But other than that, that's it. People flipping house flippers may say they're making $10,000 a month. The wholesale houses, wholesale houses. You know what? Wholesale and flip. Because some of the flips you'll make $20,000, $30,000. Let's say you did 5 of those a year. What's 5 times 30? Exactly. Anyways, I am just saying. Let's keep on going because time's flying. Ooh, time's flying. Again, this is about personal credit. When you come with us, we help you straighten out your personal credit as well. Also, the difference that matters in building your business credit is here. It's awesome because you have the ability from day one when you decide to sign up with us. And this week, we're going to have our sign up page ready to go where you go in, you sign up, put your credit card information, and our technology guy will have it ready by Wednesday because that's the thing we need to get done. So it's going to be real simple, and it's going to be very inexpensive that you can afford it every month because it's not even a cup of coffee cost. Not even a cup of coffee cost. It's not even a cup of coffee cost. In fact, they're telling me that it's too inexpensive, that I shouldn't even do that because it's too inexpensive. And let me tell you, it's less than 5 cents a day. Huh? Because guess what? I don't care about that. Because here's the thing. What's going to happen with us, we're going to give you many options. There's other areas of OPM as well. But the main thing is real estate. That's how you're going to start to build your riches, not your wealth. Riches. Riches is about generating, getting your money going. And then on top of that, you don't have to do that, but you're going to find someone in the world that's going to like doing that for your business, and that'll be your division. You'll be able to use that money. Eventually, we'll show you how to get your money built up to where you can do it and be the head and not the tail. But right now, you got OPM, which Bezos did way in the beginning of his career. So did Costco, Walmart, Sammy Club. Who's the other one? Apple. They're only where they're at because they understood OPM and they were not scared. Which means this. They had fear. They were scared. They acted anyways. Because fear is just false evidence appearing real that you convince yourself by master something with your mind and believing what the reality is, it's not even there. You can't even show the state of fear. It's a chemical response. The state of fear might maybe if you have to walk outside of your house hearing pop, 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 where you have to duck and dodge to go to your car. Okay, that's fear. Don't you want to get out of that? And some of you are in a nice area just holding on. I'm making $200,000 a year, but okay, but someone's going to take it away from me. Oh, give me a break. Please, ladies and gentlemen. Ay, ay, ay. Let me tell you why I'm laughing. Because guess who used to do it? Me. Absolutely. I know the game. I know it. I would be embedding myself with my mind at night going, da, 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 and actually thinking it's real. Until one day, man, Just something happened one day. I woke me up. I said, I'll be blessed, America. Praise the Lord, I said. Thanks a lot. And it's awesome. Yeah, I'm human. I still go through it sometimes, but it's a different level. And I go, oh, wait a minute. Then I start looking back at everything that I got accomplished. I start actually looking back when I was in the valley, the shadow. They say, in the valley of shadow of death. Remember, it says it's a shadow. People forget it's only a shadow. Why am I being afraid of a shadow? Because my mind tells me to. Why are you going to listen to that little... That's a crazy sound. Tells, hey, you know what? Keep quiet. Go eat a nut somewhere else. Come back later. That's what that girl's laughing at. All right, let's get going. All right. Also, another thing is, again, use your core values to define your company, what defines you, and honestly, be honest with yourself. You know what? And it's okay. I have people like every day call me and start telling me what they're dreaming of, and I said, you can have it. You can have it with us. I'll support your dream. I understand when, hey, I'm telling you, when you can't even tell your significant other about your dream without saying, oh, well, you know, I only believe it after I see it. Oh my God, Downey Thomas, you need that kind of energy around you. I'm sorry to say personally, I would just not tell him anything that way and just, you know what, and then just let it show. Because sometimes you're in love with someone like that and it's like, you just can't kick them to the curb. But the thing is that you can't let it get all over you. Some of you might have to kick them to the curb. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Another thing is this. You got to remember this for yourself also. Use your values to identify who and what you are. You must be congruent with your business alignment. And always remember, people will always pay more for your services if they like you or agree with your values. The value is you want someone's going to go ahead and just, what do they call it, just fill you full of hot air and give you fluff. I don't do that. I have enough compassion to tell you, hey, look it's not working. I have some guy, I tell him, well, he'll hang up. Oh, I don't want to talk right now. He doesn't want to hear it. The reason why he doesn't want to hear it, his identity and ego is doesn't want to hear it. No one's made out of glass, so no matter what I say, you're not going to break. I still love you and still have compassion for you. And on top of that, that's the reason why I don't have time to waste your time. There's only one thing that I have time for, is having you be brilliant, being great, and being powerful in your life, and having your dreams manifest as fast as we can get it done. That's all I have time for. That's what we're about. I don't care if it's some kind of widget that I have no idea about. If you have the dream, then evidently it can happen. But you got to be willing to do the work. We'll do some of the heavy lifting, but you got to be doing, sometimes you're going to have to lift with us. Anyways, let's move on. Another thing is about your thing, you know, does this work? Of course it does. Some of you, if you go to these places, how do I know? Because this is where I've been and still are. Facebook, Craigslist, Twitter, LinkedIn, text messaging, email, every marketing source possible, talk about your core values. In fact, if you kind of listen, go back, that's what I say. I only have time to have your dream manifest, to tell you like it is, build your dream, work with you on a dream, and make sure you get there. But you have to do some of the heavy lifting because it's your dream. I'm just aligning with your dream. I will never criticize your dream because I don't have the dream, but I am a supporter of your dreams. And that's what it takes in business credit. Besides the other stuff, realize here's an opportunity. I know you say you need to make some money. Here you go. In 45 days, you can have your first check. In fact, some people I have in this room, I've given leads to call. Now, whether they call them or not, that's on them. So the thing is that we'll even provide you with some leads. I have more leads again that I just coming in. I had 200 leads come in, and I can't pass them off because I know some people only can call 3 times a week, and they already have the leads they have. And when you call the leads, you're going to get better at it. So we even give you the leads. These aren't no Joe Mohoho leads. These are actually leads that people called us. We didn't call them. Also, another thing is this. Is you're going to be 2021 CEO Powerhouse, guess what it's going to need to do? This is time crunch. If you still have 45 days to make your first check for the holidays for Christmas. You actually have a chance to make between $1,000 to $3,000 possibly 6 if you do it and follow through what we tell you. If you come and join us this week, you'll have the time to make these 2 or 3 of those checks manifest just before Christmas, and you can have a good Christmas for yourself and your family. And but because your business, you were willing to work something extra OPM, knowing that you have the money to get out there to do what you need to do in the real estate arena. You won't have to own anything. Remember, real estate does not money. People always need money in real estate. That's the most powerful thing. You must remember that. In fact, the best time of the year is the end of the year, usually for us at that particular arena, because they're always trying to get the last deal, doing business deals. So someone's trying to do this, sell here to a surprise, or they're selling because they want the money for this, or whatever's going on. You don't care about all that. You just wait till they just kind of watch it. Okay, cool. Now you give them the loan. Bingo. So you will not want to miss out on this, because I promise you, somebody's going to say, why didn't I do this sooner? Even if you're an introvert, it's okay. I love you anyways. I do. Each and every one of you as human beings, I really, really want to see you get there. Let me tell you, life's a lot easier on the opposite side of fear. When you actually learn to conquer fear itself, knowing that it's just false. Even if you're in a money pinch, that's not fear. You just haven't found the right avenue that can do something for you. You know, everyone looks at this home-based business stuff, and something's not working for people. They're not generating $1,500 to $2,500 a month. Here in this, you do one, you're at $15,000 to $2,000, depending on the loan amount. And if you got 2 of them going, boom. You don't think I want to make sure they close? I want to make sure when you come to me, we work the numbers out, and I say, great, we need to get this, and this. You get the exact splits which you're going to need to get somebody to have, in other words, the paperwork you need to receive. And it's not that hard. You'll be able to do it. I just want to let you know that you never have to miss out. You can be the 2021 Power CEO at the end of the year, because 22, I'm going to start charging for this. I'm not going to offer it free anymore. Those days will be done. Why? Because when you sign up for that particular program, that's going to be involved in the program. So with that said, I want to go ahead and say goodnight. I want to wish you all the best. Just remember this. Remember this. Never underestimate the influence of private money, or OPM. Remember that. Also remember this. We are here to make sure that you are the best money connector that you can be. Even if you don't like people, or you say people are dummies, or whatever you want to say, it doesn't matter. Like I said, your next 45 days, you can go ahead and earn your money for Christmas and Thanksgiving. And on top of there, if you do this, even what I tell you, 8 hours a month, you possibly could reach $100,000 in the next 12 months this time next year, if you're willing to put in the work. So I don't know about you, but that's using other people's money. And also, if you're looking for a coach, we're right here to coach you. Call us and you'd be surprised in the great, wonderful price that you would have for you to get you going. Thank you for being with us. Give us a call at 888-471-4252, 888-471-4252, extension 2001, or 877-819-0891. That number, 877-819-0891. You call that number. That means you want to get hooked up right away and get connected and get into the next training ASAP. All right. Thank you very much. Good night. Love you all. Have a great, blessed week. And remember, tomorrow morning when you wake up, kick some butt. Have a great day. No matter what, let nothing get to you other than, oh, I see. It's the same noise. I don't need